Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. I don't want to lie to you guys. This is the most excited I have been about a show in a really long time. I swear to God. I do not, sorry. I guess I cannot mention God in this episode. I swear to the YouTube gods. This is the most excited I have been to talk to you guys about anything in so long. And I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about 2021 or anything except for the fact that I cannot wait until today's episode. I all morning have been like, wow, I get to go live today and talk to my people. And I get to talk about some incredibly, incredibly controversial topics. So, number one, yes, the main one being we are going to break down Lil Nas X's new music video. Those are words that I didn't know I'd ever say on this show, but that is what we are going to do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know the controversy I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm so excited to share with you what is going on in the world of Lil Nas X. Number two, the Michael Strahan gap in his tooth controversy. What am I talking about? What is the controversy there? How can teeth be controversial? Well, it is 2021, so everything is controversial. So yes, we will be talking about the Lil Nas X controversy and then the Michael Strahan controversy. And then we are going to close out by talking about the legalizing cannabis controversy. Because even though, like I just mentioned, in case you keep forgetting the year, it is 2021, there is so much controversy around a plant. That plant is the marijuana, cannabis, Mary Jane weed plant, which has now been legalized in New York. New York, yes. It is a day of controversy, and it is a day of joy in the Strahan household. Everyone here is stoked. If you are in the Strahan household right now, you are excited. Spoiler, I'm the only one here. It's just me. But you guys are in the house. You guys are in the Live at the Roxy house. And so, wow, oh wow, can I not wait to talk about all of this today. So I'm going to go to Streamlabs. We're going to take some Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strahan. And then we are going to jump right into it because it is a day here live at the Roxy. I also am going to attempt to probably go get a plant today. So, hey, get those donations in, get that support in early so that I can go do that because I'm probably only going to do a half-hour show today. But that's a lot to jam in a half an hour. So we will do the very best that we absolutely can. Like I mentioned, it is the 31st, which means that the first message that came in today is from our boy, Weston Ira. It came in at 1 a.m. and Weston said, hello there. Hopefully you're having a better day today. Oh, controversy makes my day so good. So Biden is canceling another $1.3 billion in student loan debt while Trump puppet Matt Gaetz is being investigated for possible sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl. America is never dull. Yikes. Yikes on that. Glenn Caesar says, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. Say their names. Absolutely. Glenn also says, hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all of your nicknames. Thank you for being always here and there for us, hanging out as much as you do, even while vulnerable. I'm often vulnerable. You're awesome. Love to Grammy and Papa. Peace, buddies, hugs, and good stuff to you and yours. Congrats, Roxy, Rocks, RJ, Skittles, Chunk, GPS, Misdirection, Silver the Album, Zilla, Queen Badges, Dimple, Schmodel Modi, on all that's in the works for you and now unfolding for you in the new adventures of Roxy. Roxy the best, Roxy number one. Yeah. Happy Roxy days. Good thoughts and good vibes to you, Chunk, on garnering all your much-deserved success. Good luck with all hosting, filming, auditions, and or booking other projects coming up. What's for you is yours. You're earning it because you're fucking fire. Thanks, Glenn, for all of that. You are a doll. Also in here, Apollo 3JP. Let's see what you got, Apollo. Okay, here goes. The Lil Nas X stuff is ridiculous. The song is just okay, but the hype around the video, I think what annoys people is the fact that he's clearly going out of his way to rile people up, and it's working. It's a perfect transition into the Lil Nas X stuff. It's just a perfect one. Get in your Streamlabs, get in your super chats. I will read them all by the time we're out of here, but I want to transition into talking about Lil Nas X right now, so I'm going to. Okay. So here's what's going on. Here is what is going on. I'm noticing Noah Demon says the stream is laggy for him. Anybody else? Are you guys doing okay? Let me know how the stream is. Hopefully it's okay. The stream, don't fail me now. I talked about how excited I am. Do not fuck with me, stream. Don't fuck with me. Wow, George says it's laggy. It's laggy? We got a laggy stream in the house? I'll be so sad. Redford says it's laggy. Sean says it's laggy. No, not today, Satan. Not today. All right, before we get to it, I'm going to attempt to connect this then to one of my other internets because I'm not fucking here for a laggy stream today. Don't fuck with me. You hear me? You hear me? Let's see what happens here. You guys might break me. I mean, you might lose me for a second, but we are going to try this. BRB, homie G's. I'm going to put up this brand. I'll see you in a second. Still talking behind it, but hopefully you can hear me. Did it work? Are we here? How's the internet now? Tell me if we fix the problem. We try to work through these things. I blew on the internet. You guys will let me know if it works. Runs with Caesar. Fix your internet, Roxy. You're annoying, Runs with Caesar. All right, you guys are saying better. Good. Let me know how it goes. I have other options too, but hopefully this one works. All right. Because Satan can't get me down today. Satan can't get me down today. Here we go. For those of you guys who don't know, Lil Nas X put out a music video. We know, most of us know Lil Nas X early on from Old Town Road. That was the jam. Everybody was listening to Old Town Road. Old Town Road was universally loved, some might say. And it was a song that was marketed towards people of all ages. Now Lil Nas X has put out a song called Montero, parentheses, Call Me By Your Name. And the music video to that song is a music video where if you have not watched it, I highly recommend that you do go watch it because it will help you with this conversation. But what happens is that Mike Waite says, not universally. Not everybody loved it. I'm just saying people tended to like it. What happened with this music video is about Lil Nas X, and we see him in heaven, and he's in the garden, and he's living his life, and he is living his best queer life, and essentially he is sent to hell, and when he is in hell, he's getting jiggy with the devil. He's doing lap dances on the devil. There's a pole dance situation going on, and he is jamming out in hell as a queer man. That is what the music video is. The Christian community, the alt-right Christian community, and other people, parents, a lot of people on that side of things are livid. They are very upset. And so I want to do my absolute best to talk about this in the least, with the least judgment that I can, because that's very hard for me. I'm telling you guys what I want to say in my soul is, are you fucking kidding me? But instead, I'm going to try really hard not to say that, even though I just said it, but just shelf that. And I'm actually going to break down what's happening here and talk about what they're upset about and what is really going on with this controversy. So stick with me as I do my best to engage in a conversation that I'm not even sure needs to be had, but I'm going to have it anyway because that's my prerogative. Okay. Many questions. And maybe if any of you guys in here are extremely Christian or understand, maybe you guys can have more answers for me. But okay. To the best of my understanding, if you are Christian to that extent, if you are that Christian that you are upset with this music video, you probably already believe that Lil Nas X is going to hell. If you really believe in hell and you believe in your interpretation of the teaching of the Bible, and that is that man should not lay with man and not give in to that sin, then you probably already think Lil Nas X is going to hell. So why this video is that upsetting or surprising is a little confusing to me. I think that this pushed so many buttons because from the people that I know that are really religious, and I watched a lot of videos online, and people I don't know, what they seem to be coming back to is the fact that they believe that hell is a real place and is not to be made fun of because it is hell. And to make light of that is really dangerous. That seems to be what I have gathered. That seems to be what I've gathered from the people who are really pissed about this. That and the fact that Lil Nas X put out Old Town Road, which was more for all ages. Then he was on Sesame Street. Then he wrote a children's book, and that he had more of a kid audience and that this is more mature language. So those seem to be the two main points of contention. Now, the children argument is an argument that happens with every rising star that is a child star or is a young adult star, because we've seen this with Miley Cyrus and Amanda Bynes and Shia LaBeouf and Lil Nas X, and anybody who crosses over from being marketed towards children to being marketed towards adults. We've seen that all the time. So that's an argument that we've already had a bajillion times. Lil Nas X has ownership over his own right. He's allowed to talk about whatever he wants to. He's an adult, so he can do whatever he wants, and that is something that should be made clear as he transitions to being just for adults. Hopefully parents are monitoring what their kids are watching. I don't think that's necessarily on Lil Nas X, more on his marketing team and mostly on the parents. But hey, I'm not a parent, so I don't know what that's really like. And if they had already kind of like greenlit Lil Nas X to be a parent, watching this might be a little like, okay, the hell part's that's a lot of pole dancing. Not because he's queer, not because of anything else, just if you're a parent, maybe you have a different argument with this. I'm not dealing with those people today. Just that's not the argument we're having today. The one that states that hell is a very serious place to be taken seriously, it would be the worst place to go, and him making light of that is dangerous. That is what we are certainly talking about. So, number one, you guys know, I am not a believer. I don't believe in hell. So it's hard for me to have this conversation because when people say that it's making light of something that's very serious, maybe to them, to somebody very religious, very Christian who believes in hell, then maybe this isn't your jam. Just in the same way that watching porn might not be your jam, or any sex scene between two people who are not married, or the movie Call Me by Your Name, anything that shows LGBTQIA relationships. That might not be your jam because of your beliefs. But for those of us who don't believe, it's not serious because hell is not to us a real place. The teachings of Judaism have spoken about hell, but most Jewish people don't believe in hell. So even a lot of religious people don't believe in hell, depending on what religion you are. And so for Christian people to think that their belief is the only belief and that nobody else is allowed to have beliefs about hell is extremely, it feels like you are on your high horse about your beliefs. In the same way that if you wanted to put out a music video that showed the horrors of hell and what that looked like, that is so your prerogative because that's what you believe in. And if you want to put out artwork that shows what hell is really fucking like, then I'm probably not going to watch it because I don't believe in hell. But you do you. That's totally, totally your prerogative. Then on top of that, what Lil Nas X is trying to say here, from what I've seen and what I believe, is that he grew up religious and his whole life he believed it was not okay to be queer, but he was queer. And then he decided to come out and be openly out, which is really hard because A, he's a rapper and there aren't many queer rappers that are openly gay. And B, he's a person of color. And that can be very challenging in certain communities. And so for him to be able to be proud to stand as a queer man, which unrelated to this video, I'm just fucking obsessed with Lil Nas X in general. If you watch his TikTok, if you watch his interviews, he's just awesome. Really good heart and soul and wants to do good for this planet. So I just really love him in general. But for him to do all of those things and then to have an artistic expression where he decides the way that he wants to show his journey is that descent, is that transition from heaven to hell, but then to seduce the devil anyway, which is art. We're not talking about reality. We're talking about art. He didn't really go to hell. This is a music video. Then why are people that upset with that? And then furthermore, I need to ask, are the people who are upset with this music video upset with the people who dress sexy like the devil during Halloween? Or are they upset with, I don't know, the depiction of Hades and Hercules? Or are they upset with art that shows the devil like Lucifer? Do they dislike the show Lucifer, where he's actually a really good guy? Are these people as upset about those things as they are about this? Or is this really about him being queer? Calling a spade a spade. Is this about him being queer? Because I already know you don't like him for being queer. Because you don't like queer people for being queer when you're that Christian. Obviously, all these things are vast generalizations, but I'm just talking about the group of people who are talking out about this. Also, if you are up in arms about this, if you are just up in arms about this music video, because hell is a real place. You guys know I always have to bring it back to this. Are you up in arms about Holocaust deniers? Are you up in arms about that? Are you up in arms about what's happening to Asian Americans? Are you up in arms about that? Are you up in arms about the pay gap or BLM? Are you guys up in arms about all that? Because if you're supposed to be the best of us, the Christians, the ones who believe in good and treating people with kindness and fairness, and you're not up in arms about those things, but you're up in arms about this piece of art, then what are you really fucking up in arms about? What are you really up in arms about? What? Just to be honest. Break it down for me, because if you are up in arms about all of those things and speaking out about all of those things and speaking out about this, my suggestion is to realize that this is your truth and your opinion, and to create art that shows the hell that you believe in, to spread the word that you want to speak. Because Lil Nas X doesn't believe in your same hell, and neither do I. And that's my prerogative. I don't have to believe what you believe. So if you believe otherwise, and you believe that hell is a place of suffering, eternal suffering, and is really this serious, horrible, worst thing that could happen to you place, I don't believe that. But if you believe that, then you create something about that. Then you create something that shows that. Then spread that word all you want. And the people who don't believe that, we're going to express ourselves with our art, because freedom of speech. And I don't have a problem with anybody who doesn't like this music video and believes that it's disrespectful talking about it, because that's their prerogative and they're allowed to. I just want to know from those people, are you up in arms about all of the other things also? Are you being vocal about all the other things also? And is it really truly not about him being queer? Because from what I understand from extreme Christians, which I only use the word extreme like they're very Christian, from what I understand, they already believe that Lil Nas X is going to hell. So why is this bothersome? A person that you already believe is going to hell, unless he says he's not queer anymore and decides he's not gay, which isn't a decision. So unless he does that, you believe he's going to hell anyway. So why do you care about his opinion or his art? It's just not for you. And don't show it to your kids. Don't watch it. Just don't. It's not for you. It's his opinion, not your opinion. That's his journey with being queer. Bryce Ratliff says, everyone around me is livid because all the satanic imagery. But as someone who isn't religious, I don't care. The blood in the Nikes, though, a little gross for me. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of a joke. But apparently they're standing by the fact that each Nike shoe has a drop of blood in it. And here's what I'll say about that. Number one, they're sold out. They sold out in 2 seconds. So we can't even buy them now anyway. Number two, probably purchasing Nikes with blood on them, somebody else's blood, not for me. So I didn't buy them. Also, even if it was for me, I don't have $1,018 to spend on Nikes. So certainly I wouldn't be doing that. But I don't really care. And also, just being 100% honest with you guys, I know this is so bad to say. A lot of the clothes we wear, stuff we wear anyway, has blood, sweat, and tears in them. So it's just kind of the truth. I didn't think that the shoes were that cool looking. So just for me, I was like, that's a pass for me. But apparently a lot of people did, because 666 pairs were sold in 3 seconds. So, and Nike's now suing, but by the way, didn't name Lil Nas X in the lawsuit. So Lil Nas X's hands are clean from this. That man. What a man. Curtis Mason says, it's astonishing how many people got angry. Just don't watch it. I saw it, thought it was weird, and I moved on, LOL. Totally, if it's not for you, Mason, it's not for you. And then you get to say it's not for me, and then just kind of move on. But people are talking about this, from what I'm hearing, at church. And like, we are in the middle of a global pandemic. And if this is you've already talked about all the other things, then fine. But like, I kind of doubt it. And maybe I'm wrong. Jeff Aaron says, hello from Florida for now. I loved the video. It's awesome. As someone who grew up Catholic, I can make the argument that the video is very Christian, but some people just love to hate, love to all. I don't even know what that means, Jeff. I don't know what that means, but sounds like an argument that would be interesting to have. Yeah. Hey, Saul. Look into how Nikes are manufacturers. Newsflash, there's blood in every pair. Yeah, I kind of can't imagine there's not blood in every pair. Totally. It's just probably a lot of blood in Nikes. Which, hey, I wear Nikes. So I'm not sitting here saying great things about the company, but I am saying I wear them anyway. So probably doesn't make me the most. I'm certainly not a saint. I'm certainly not. I'm just sitting here telling you guys. I'm calling it like I see it, which is just like, what? What? And I understand with the parents when people say raise your kids, raise your kids and figure out what they should and shouldn't watch. In a dream world, everybody has two parents that can do that. And, Pink Sweetie says, I'm really confused why these people keep bringing up their kids. Raise your own darn kids. Why are you looking at Cardi B and Lil Nas? I feel like in a dream world, yes, everybody can do that. But as society, I do think we should try to help the parents. There are single parents out there. There are parents who work crazy jobs and they cannot fully raise their children and they rely on the help of others. And so do I think that this video is like ridiculously harmful for children? No. I also, again, I'm not a parent, but no. But I do think that it's good for parents to know that we're dealing with a different Lil Nas X now. If they had been paying attention, they would have known that for a while. But now that they know, if they want to bitch about it now, okay, but the next song he drops, then the parents can't be like, but our children. Okay, we already did this. We already did this act, though. We already did this thing. So my friend Michael Klaus is in here, and you guys know that Michael is my closest friend who is extremely religious and Christian. And we disagree on a lot of different things, but I do love him. And he says the biggest issue is the glorification of watered down thinking of hell. Just very sad to think this place of incredible suffering is cool or okay. So what I'll say to that, Michael, is that I don't believe that it's a place of suffering. Because I don't believe in it. And Lil Nas X doesn't believe the same way that you do either. So when we're glorifying it in the same way that I've put on devil horns and worn them out to a party before, or like, for the World Girls, like my co-host Dorina goes by Evil Dorina and she's always drawn as the devil. It's because we don't believe in the hell you believe in. So we're not glorifying your hell. We're glorifying our hell, which is a fun place for us, for me, I can only speak for me, but for me, the concept of hell is not real. And so for me, it's a place of like sexy sin, which, because I'm not a believer, is a place of drinking and smoking and sex and debauchery. And it is a cool place for me. And it is a place that I am okay with. So it's a different, I don't believe in what you believe in. And so it has nothing to do with your beliefs. It's my beliefs. If that makes sense. Jimmy Nail says, here's the thing that bothers me as an LGBT person. It takes a lot of nerve to call an entire culture demonic, then be outraged when they embrace it. Yes. Jimmy Nails. It took me a second to understand what you're saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like from what I understand, people already believe Lil Nas X is going to hell and is a demon. And then when he embraces that title, they're pissed at him for it. But people have been telling him, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. But then he goes to hell, and then people are pissed about it because it's not their hell. But it is his hell. It is what his hell looks like, how he represents it in his beliefs. So, yeah. I also really loved this and thought this was a really beautiful message that he put out on his social media, because as much as this has become a very controversial thing that people are talking about, the devil and the demons and the pole dancing and the lap dancing and all of that stuff, I am such a supporter of the LGBTQIA community and finding yourself in your truth. and really being able to embrace who you are in your soul and live your happiest life based on who you are. And this is something that he put out on his Twitter that says, "Dear 14-year-old Montero," which is his name. "I wrote a song with our name in it. It's about a guy I met last summer. I know we promised to never come out publicly. I know we promised to never be that type of gay person. I know we promised to die with the secret, but this will open doors for many other queer people to simply exist. You see, this is very scary for me. People will be angry. They'll say I'm pushing an agenda, but the truth is I am the agenda to make people stay the blank out of, I think, out of other people's lives and stop dictating who they should be, sending you love from the future." And I thought that was so beautiful because I think that this piece of art really touched a lot of people who don't feel okay living in their own skin. And yeah, did I think that the song was amazing? I think the song's okay. I could bop to it. But I actually really loved the music video, and it touched me in my soul. And I thought that this man who's been cast out of heaven by all of these believers and been sentenced to hell, and then he goes to hell and embraces it because fuck it, if he's going to be there because all of these people have sent him there because of who he loves, then hell yeah, he's going to enjoy himself in hell. I thought that was beautiful. Honestly, I think the music video is 10 times better than the song. And I also think he's a marketing genius because of all the people who had no idea who Lil Nas X was before this. So to me, go on with your bad self. Live in sin, which to me is not sin because the Jews do not believe in that. The Jews do not believe in that. And by the way, as a reminder, Jesus was a Jew. So that. All right, Alexander Wilson in the super chat. "There are accusations that Nas X, Call Me By Your Name music video was ripped from FKA Twigs cellophane. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard about this. They have actually spoken, Lil Nas X and FKA Twigs, and Lil Nas X says he was unaware about the poll and the clouds and all of that, and that his team clearly drew inspiration from it. And he publicly said that, and FKA Twigs appreciated that and said, thank you for acknowledging this, and thank you for liking my video and all this stuff. So I think they are good now. But yeah, there was that controversy that was happening as well. Jeff Aaron says, "Christian argument. God created all, and Lucifer, an angel who fell from existence. Though people are created in God's image, homosexuality is a choice and fall from grace. Hence, hell is a gay party." Wait, Jeff, I can't tell what you're saying here. Yes, that I know Christian people believe that. And I know they believe that homosexuality is a choice, which is unbelievable to me considering how much harder people's lives are if that's a choice, but okay. So yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, and see what it is that you guys are talking about in here before we get to that Michael Strahan controversy. Oh, all the controversies today, and I'm eating it up. Okay, Adrian Bailey said, "Hi, Roxy. How's my favorite world girl today? Looking beautiful as ever. Thanks, friend." Paul through JP says, "Lady Gaga and Madonna did the same thing. The difference is Lady Gaga has pipes of an angel. The MS stuff is just a dumb move. His teeth," Michael Strahan, "his teeth were his trademark, his brand. It's going to be like when the sister from Ferris Bueller got a nose job. Don't feel like that at all, Apollo, but to each their own. But you and I are on different pages here." Morse Code Z says, "Plant fun. Don't forget to feed them." Thanks, Morse Code Z. Appreciate you. Glenn Caesar says, "Legalize cannabis in New York. All of New York. Completely legal. How have I not heard about this until right now?" Hopefully that is true, because if it is, then it's absolutely a holy shit moment. Literally, to me, cannabis is a holy plant. I know, to me as well. We'll talk about that momentarily. Jason Earhart says, "I want to send some love to everyone's favorite person, the one, the only, Roxy Stryer." It's weird when you say it about yourself. "I'm having a great day, and I'm hoping that you are too. Much love." I am. Thanks, Jason. Bryce Rat 1 says, "When I ask my Christian family about why they get mad about other religions, it's because, quote, God wants us to spread their truth, end quote. They also feel like they're going on easy Like they're going on easy on gay people like myself with vocal hate because the Bible says to kill gays. Sorry, I do not mean to laugh about that, Bryce, but like, just imagine a book saying to kill gay people, and then to think that by hating them and sending them to hell, you're going easy on them because they have sexual attraction towards people of the same sex as them. I just cannot. It is so difficult for me to grasp what that's about. Insane. How can you consider yourself a good person and believe that? How? That somebody should be killed because they're queer. Unbelievable. Ryan Payne in the Streamlab says, to quote Jean-Paul Sartre's new No Exit, I don't know how that person's name is said, hell is other people. In my opinion, hell is the fear of people's judgment and bias towards our identity and life choices, being tortured with your own self-guilt, almost wanting to be punished for it. That's hell to me. Interesting, Ryan Payne. Ryan, you're so awesome. Thank you for always sharing with us. I appreciate you. Apollo 3JP says, not a religious person. For me, I'm all about consistency. Be angry, have your opinions, but keep it consistent across the board. That said, I think people are just annoyed by shock for the sake of shock. If it was Demi Lovato, same reaction. I don't know. I do feel like it wouldn't be the same reaction if it was Demi Lovato. I think it is because he is queer. That's what I think. That's my belief in the situation. So I don't think it would be the same. But I guess we'll have to test it out and see. Demi, where's your Help music video? Put it out. We'll see if you get the same kind of backlash. Moving on to the Michael Strahan controversy. And get in your Streamlabs, get in your super chats. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Oh, it's just so much. Michael Strahan has had a very famous gap in his teeth for years. And he's talked about how he didn't want to fix the gap and how he embraced the gap and all that stuff. And then Michael Strahan showed last night a video of him going to the dentist and fixing the gap between his teeth. Some people think that this is an early April Fool's joke and that it's not real. But whether that's true or not, which I don't believe that's true, but whether it's true or not, the amount of outrage on the internet about this man for fixing the gap in his tooth was disgusting. People were like, Michael Strahan, I looked up to you. I can't even afford to fix the gap in my teeth. How dare you do this? You were an icon. Now you are nothing. People were legitimately furious with him. And what I have to say to all of those people is kind of fuck you. His body, his choice. It's so ironic how people are picky and choosy about what they believe. If you believe my body, my choice, then you believe my body, my choice in every way. If you believe my body, my choice, then you believe in a woman's right to choose. If you believe my body, my choice, then you believe that people should not be able to bind other people's feet or take out their pleasure centers. If you believe my body, my choice, you believe people are allowed to get tattoos wherever they want on themselves. If you believe my body, and by their choosing, and that you should not be allowed to tattoo somebody else or brand somebody else without their permission. If you believe my body, my choice, then you believe my body, my choice. And this is a man who wanted to fix his teeth because after 50 years, he decided that's what he wanted to do. So his body, his choice. And guess what? He's worked his ass off for a really long time and he has the money to do it. And do I think it makes a big difference? Not really. I think he was really hot before. I think he's really hot now. But I certainly think his body, his choice. What is wrong with people for saying, how could you do this to me? It has nothing to do with you. It has legitimately nothing to do with you. It's his mouth. And maybe he just wanted a difference. For the same reason why when I moved out to LA, I said, I'll never go blonde. I will never be blonde. I'm a brunette. It's who I am. I love being a brunette. I'm a brunette. I'm a brunette. And then one day I woke up and I was like, I kind of feel like being blonde. I kind of want to go blonde. And so I dyed my fucking hair. Because even though I never thought I was going to do it, I got sick of my brown hair. And so I dyed it blonde. And when I get sick of this, I'm going to dye it red. And when I get sick of that, I'm going to dye it pink. When I get sick of that, I'm going to dye it brown. Because my fucking hair, it's on my head. I grow it. Those are his teeth. They're in his mouth. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has nothing to do with anybody else. How dare you? How dare all of you, you fucking ungrateful asshole fucks. Let this man live. Let him do whatever the hell he wants with his teeth. I don't care how iconic it was that he had a gap. Do we own the gap in his teeth? Do we own that? Am I so self-involved and self-important that I feel like I get to decide what Michael Strahan does with his own mouth? The fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Redford Reddington says it's like Keisha Gray's gap, both iconic gaps. I'm not saying that it's not an iconic gap. I'm just saying it's his iconic gap. And if it's a joke, then it's a joke and who cares? But just watching the outrage of people, oh my God. Get a fucking life. Let this man live his. With his gap or not. You psychopaths. That's how I feel about that. Also, I just really like him. Just want him to be happy. If this brings him joy, good on him. Get in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Any super chats before we do get out of here. One quick shout out, because you guys know I'm a massive cannabis supporter and believer. My family's in cannabis all over the country. And this is a big win for cannabis today. Breaking news, Governor Cuomo, who I have different things to say about other than this, but I guess if we're going to call a spade, at least this is a good move. Signs legislation legalizing recreational adult use marijuana in New York. So New York is the latest state to legalize rec marijuana. This is a really big deal. Much better headline than Arkansas becoming the first state to ban health care for trans youth if Governor Hutchinson does not veto that bill. That's a fucking different conversation for a different time. An egregious conversation. But Governor Cuomo signing legislation legalizing rec marijuana. This is really exciting. I think that they said that people are allowed to purchase up to 3 ounces. You're allowed to grow up to 3 plants, which is really great. And then it will take about 18 months for sales to start in New York. Hell yeah. Big, big W for the cannabis community today. It's ridiculous how long this has taken. I don't know who is fighting against this at this point. This is an inevitable path for full legalization for a plant that helps so many people. People who have eating disorders, people who have cancer, people who have anxiety. Both the THC and CBD, and the CBD, which is activated more so by THC, have such incredible medicinal components. And then on top of that, alcohol is legalized. So rec, in terms of rec, what are we kidding? People don't get high and do stupid ass shit like when they're drunk. The whole thing is ridiculous. You guys know I've talked about this a million times, but good job for New York. I'm excited for all my friends and my family in New York. It's a big step forward, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. JC says, who cares about what people are saying about Michael Strahan on Twitter? The cesspool of the social media site is giving a platform to toxic people. Ignore it. All right, JC. Easier says than done. Are you Jesus Christ in the house? So Joker 40 says, well, as a member of the Gap in my teeth fraternity of life, I love my Gap. That's amazing, as you should. I have really, really crooked bottom teeth, and I fucking love them. I talk about it all the time. So many people have told me to fix it, but it's always been me. I prefer Cool Ranch to regular Doritos. # Joker Bunny. You're awesome, so Joker. Glenn Caesar says, positive thoughts to you, RJ, and all the Rockstars and Warfriends for showing up to give their support whenever, however they can. Don't forget, when it gets tough, even if by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. Roxy and everyone else who shows up for people. You're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers on the internet or not, makes you worthy. Your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you. Let's go, Smets, and everyone fighting for today, tomorrow, and more. Hashtag smash cancer all day, every day. Be most excellent. RJ Rockstars, show up for people who need it. Makes you dope as fuck, humane, and worthy. Cheers to fuck yeah news and laughter in 2021 and beyond, to infinity and beyond. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that mucho. You guys are all incredible. Thank you to Chosen Vader Karate / Silver Slytherin Karate for the super sticker. All right. I think and the other super sticker as well. Just making sure I got to all of you guys in here, which I believe I did. So appreciate you all for joining me on this very controversial episode of Live at the Roxy. Oh boy. In conclusion, I love you, Lil Nas X. Keep living your best queer life and creating art however you want, in whatever location you want. Michael Strahan, your body, your choice. If it's a joke about the gap tooth, it's actually fucking hysterical and people lost their minds for nothing. And if it's not a joke, then your mouth looks sexy as hell no matter what. And probably the people who are bitching about it just want to be inside your mouth. And when it comes to New York, thank you so much for legalizing cannabis. It's been a long time coming. And I look forward to my next visit to New York, in which I can legally smoke that MJ. As for you guys at home, don't forget, make your bed, put down the toilet seat. We don't want them to put flumes. Check your internet. We had to do that today live on the show. Blow, blow, blow on it. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Those people are going to hell, whether it exists or not. So that's a no-go. Brett, Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. Still watching these Derek Chauvin trials. Let's see if we can get any kind of justice there. And until next time, much love to all of you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I will see you tomorrow, Live the Roxy. Not exactly positive about the time yet because a couple moving parts going on, but hopefully around 1. I will tweet it out and put it on the Patreon also. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you very soon, Live the Roxy.